Hi friends, this is Carmen. Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. My channel is all about succulents and cacti in my balcony garden and houseplants in an apartment setting. So if that's something that interests you, please make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos. Now today I'm going to share with you a haul, not a huge haul, but a very special haul. And it's one that, some plants that I picked up on my last shop with me at Whitfill Nursery in Gilbert, Arizona. If you haven't seen that video, they have a great greenhouse there if you're local in the Phoenix area. And I'll make sure and link that down below in the description box, okay? So one of the plants, I will tell you, is on my wish list. So I can check another one off my wish list, okay? So stay tuned and we'll get to it. Before we get started on the plants, I do want to share with you just a couple of things that I've gotten from my plant room that I think you may like. One of the things that I got is this mouse pad. And I'm going to be using my laptop here, and I like to use the mouse instead of using, my finger on the laptop. So I got this really cute mouse pad that has some cacti and some Monstera deliciosa and a little cat right there. They didn't have a dog one, but then I realized a cat, with a mouse on it, and there's a cat there, so that's probably why. I don't know. And then the other thing, you may have seen it on my Instagram stories. If you're not following me there, make sure you follow me there, is that I finally got the little wood frames for the vintage botanical illustrations that I had, and I'll show you how they look here on my wall. And I'm really loving how they look, and it's just two pieces of wood that are connected by magnets, and they just clip on, and super easy to put together, I'll tell you. But it really gives a nice look to the wall, and they're vintage illustrations, and I think it adds a nice vintage look to it. So the wall's coming together. I'm going to show you in a little bit how I'm going to continue adding to it, but let's get to the plants. Okay, so let's start with a couple of plants that I'm actually replacing that met their demise this past summer out on the balcony. The first one is this donkey's tail, the Sedum morganarum. I can never pronounce that. But this donkey's tail, this is a 4-inch, and it was $5.99 for the 4-inch. They did have the larger ones, 6-inch, I think for $19.99. But I like starting off with smaller plants, and this one was such a good price, so I decided to get the smaller one. I have repotted it already in my succulent mix that I use from Tank's Green Stuff, and because the soil that was in was very, very compact, it was way down in there, and I knew it just needed to be repotted, so I went ahead and repotted it, gave it a drink of water. And it now sits in front of my east-facing window on a little candlestick next to my string of hearts. I am going to keep this one inside. I'm not going to let it go back outside and risk again losing it. Okay. Now the other succulent that I lost out there, you probably remember, was my string of dolphins. I got this 6-inch string of dolphins. It's very healthy, lots of trails already. This one was $14.99. The one that I had originally gotten, I had gotten at Lowe's, and it was a 6-inch, and I got $10.99, paid $10.99 for that one. But this one is in really good shape. Now with string of dolphins, I think I may have told you this before with the last one, they're very sensitive as far as the trails. The stems break easily. I'm already propagating, I think, 3 stems that broke off, and I'm water propagating those to either put in a new pot or put back in this one. But when you do get one of these, be careful in how you handle it and repotting it. I'm not going to be repotting this one. The soil looks good, and I really don't want to mess with it anymore. It will be hanging in my east-facing window here, and right next to its cousin, its hybrid cousin, the string of bananas. Again, this is one I'm not going to put out into the balcony, and I'm going to take care of it here. It will get great light, the light that it needs to continue forming the little dolphin shapes in this east-facing window. So that's string of dolphins. Really, really love this plant. Now, house plant, foliage plant that I got, and I had one of these. Well, I have a green one of these that I bought from Hertz. It was a very small, in a 2-inch pot, and it was not doing well. So I've got it in water therapy right now, where I'm regrowing the roots. The roots had gotten root rot basically, and so I'm regrowing the roots on that stem. They are starting to grow, and I'm hoping to get that one back in shape, and that is the green Maranta. I got the red Maranta on this trip, and this is a 6-inch. It was $19.99. I was a little on the price, but I had not seen these or this one in any of the big box stores lately. This one is in good shape. It's been flowering, and the only thing that I did do to it is that I repotted it in my own aeroid soil. When I got it, the soil that it was in, I think they may have just watered it, but because it was really wet. I waited a couple of days, it was still really wet, and it didn't look like it had any chunkiness to it as far as drainage. And I know that Marantas do like evenly moist soil, but this one seemed it was staying too moist for too long. So I put it in some of my aeroid mix, which is kind of what I had left over at the Fox Farm Ocean Forest, some orchid bark, some perlite. I threw some worm castings in there, and I also threw in some fertilizer, some Supermix fertilizer from Tank's Green Stuff to see, how it helps. So this is a young one because the leaves are a little small, but it's a healthy one. Now, one of the things that I noticed, one of the leaves back here, I don't know if it's just been because it was too much light and it kind of bleached out that leaf, because it's different than the normal leaves, see? So I'm not sure if that's some type of variegation that it has on it, or if it was just kind of bleached out or something. I don't know. But this one, and I'll show you in a picture here, I'm going to be hanging on my wall over here in a macrame wall hanger that I had. I know originally I was thinking of getting a macrame art to hang on there, and I probably still will because I still do have room there, but I decided to put this one there. At that point, from the window, from the east facing window, it's about medium light. So medium light will be okay for this one. If I see it struggling a little bit, I'll move it towards the window, but I think I'm going to take advantage of that spot and that macrame hanger and put this one. I mean, it's already growing one way, so it's perfect to hang in there, and I think it'll be okay in that medium light. I'll just keep an eye on it. Okay, now the last one is a plant that has been on my, you can probably see it a little bit there, has been on my succulent and cacti wish list, and I've been keeping an eye out for it, and that's the rat-tailed cactus. Apero-cactus, rat-tailed cactus, and this was $24.99. That's about the top price that I will pay for a plant, but considering that it had a lot of growth in there, and I have not seen this around lately, and if I actually one other nursery, and they were selling it for $29.99. The ones that they had there, if you've seen the video, I mentioned how some of the stems or leaves, trails, whatever you want to call them, were looking a little bit thin and they needed more light. So this one is going to be hanging right in front of my east-facing window there, and they'll start plumping up. The soil seems to be okay. I see a lot of grittiness in there as far as, looks like pumice, and so that should be okay. Their tips are a lighter green, so that tells me that it is still growing. I just need it to get a little chunkier. Okay, that's how they should be actually. So I'm gonna hang it up there. Feels light, so it's probably ready for a drink. I haven't given it a drink of water since I brought it home, so it's feeling kind of light. So I'll probably give it a drink of water. But that's one that I can take off of my wish list. At least my succulent and cacti wish list. And I'll have to show you here an update of the ones that I have gotten on both my tropical plant wish list and my cacti and succulent wish list. And you know, we're in September, almost mid-September, so we're getting close to the end of the year, so I'm interested to see how well I've done for 2020, considering all the mayhem that's been going on in 2020. You know, how well I did as far as getting those wish list plants. Now I do have a trip to Plant Stand of Arizona planned for later in the month, so I have my eye on a couple of things there where, again, they're wish list plants. So I don't know, I think I'll do pretty good at the end of the year. So there you have it, friends. That is my haul from Whitfill Nursery in Gilbert, Arizona. I was really happy with all the plants I got. There were some there that I was really looking at, but I was reeled back in by my bank account saying, no, Carmen, no, you can't do that this week. So I got the ones that I wanted as far as replacing two that I lost, got a wish list plant, and got a really pretty foliage plant too. So again, if you're in the Phoenix area, that's definitely a nursery I would recommend to you. They do have a couple of other locations more central Phoenix. So if you enjoyed this video, friends, please do give it a thumbs up. That helps me out so much. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button and that bell notification down there too, so you don't miss any of my videos. And let me know down in the comments below which one was your favorite plant. Do you have any of these plants? Any suggestions on their care that you want to give me? I'm really happy with all of them. I hope you love them too as much as I do. And I will see you in the next video, okay? Have a blessed day. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.